shouldn't I ain't be smoking with a full set in the BBL and like her. ADHD and sex is like mixing water and oil. They don't go together. The toxic femininity. Just saying derogatory things about us or showing the hatred for us to men. If men see women doing it, it gives them even more validation to hate more. It gives them even more.
With another video. What's good? What it is? What's good? What it is? What it is?
Good, what it is today, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Gay Talk Girl Down. Oh, how I've been saying that. It's been a while. It's been like a while. Girl, I just been educating myself. I've been educating myself, learning myself, and growing as an adult, and trying to finish school. Your girl graduated in May, so it's up and it's stuck, and it's up and it's stuck. Oh my God, I can't wait till May so we can get these episodes bigger and better and on the podcast, and you know, we got some things in store. Know that. If you are new here, please don't forget to add my socials at Kyrie_famous for everything. Honestly, if you're not messing with my vibe by now, you don't even worry about it. Just watch the video. If you mess with me, you like me, subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment. If you want support, support a broke college kid. It's nothing to it. Support one of your girls. Yeah. Please support your kid. This video is so interesting, so I'm not going to take too long with the introduction. ADHD, we're going to read the Google definition because I don't want to lead nobody wrong. ADHD is a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. That's all we're going to read because it's a lot. So it's just an attention deficient and hyperactivity disorder. That's what ADHD is before we get into this talk. Now, everything I'm about to say is coming from an undiagnosed ADHD point of view. I don't have the money to go get the test. I got Medicaid. I don't know if Medicaid covered it. I'm going to get there. I'm going to find a place to go and take the test or whatnot. But I'm also kind of scared to get tested because I don't want to get tested and they're trying to throw me on all these meds, and if I don't want to take them, what's next? Like, onto the topic. So, ADHD and sex. We had to take a moment of silence. Child, oh my God. So, ADHD and sex is like mixing water and oil. They don't go together. Oh, they don't go together. Like, ooh. At least for me, they don't go together. And that's simply because ADHD, it impacts and affects your attention span, your impulsiveness, and your pleasure, what you find pleasure from. For me, and I know a lot of other ADHD people, you want something that can catch your attention fast, that can give you a nice amount of pleasure in your brain for you're gonna like it, and it feels like a thrill. Like a person of ADHD, we are impulsive to just do things. Like I know for me as an ADHD person, I love thrilling things. Like when I go to amusement parks, take me on every ride, put me on every ride, and let it almost kill me because it takes all the impulsiveness out of my body. Like if I try to sit around and not do nothing all day, it builds up and I want to do like some of the craziest stuff. It builds up, like want to do some of the craziest stuff and I don't even know why. Like I have to actively either work out, I have to do something that satisfies that part of my brain or I will go crazy. That's how I feel when it comes to ADHD and impulsiveness. It correlates to sex because being in the homosexual community, the LGBT community, we're full supporters, we take part of the hookup culture. And oh my God, with the hookup culture, it is so toxic, and we'll talk about that in another video. Hookup culture really, for me, hookup culture just added crack to my ADHD. Being able to download an app like Grindr, Jack, or Plenty of Fish, anything of that nature, simply text a random person, y'all both are looking for a sexual encounterment, to be able to just find a sexual encounterment that quick with a random person and let them be fine, let them have a big wee-wee, all that good stuff. It literally adds to the thrilling part of the whole hookup. Like it adds to the thrill, and then you actually get there and you meet up with the person and now y'all doing sexual things, and that takes the pleasure. It takes your attention and it satisfies that pleasure part in your brain. Well, it satisfies that pleasure for me. So it's like, whoa. Like for me, oh my God, like I remember when I was addicted to hookup culture for a second because I just was like, wow, this is so thrilling. Like I could just wake up and do some fun stuff. Like I could just go have fun. If I can't get to an amusement park, I could go get on this dating app and I can get on the amusement park, if you feel me. Like I can go ride a different type of ride and have the time of my life. The hookup culture and sex, like it cured my constant craving for gratification or pleasure. Me craving immediate pleasure so much, because most ADHD people do. With me craving it so much, I will be looking for multiple ways to satisfy that side of me or find out something like my day could have an event full of things, and if none of it was as exciting as I needed it to be mentally, I would still be trying to do things. I would still be up in the middle of the night. I was still at 3 a.m. trying to figure out like I need to do something. I got all this energy. I need to do something. Everything that has happened today didn't satisfy me the way I needed to, so I need to do something else, And that is what leads me into doing the dating apps and me hooking up with people, and me talking to random people, and me talking to old flings from years ago because I just want something exciting, you know? And honestly, it led me to kind of dislike myself because I was always thinking about sex because that was the only thrilling thing that I could find. That led me to being hypersexual, and all I could think about is sex. Like, y'all, I thought, oh my God, I thought I had like a mental disorder because I could not stop thinking about sex. Sometimes, well, it would happen unconsciously and I could not control it. And if you're like that in that position, don't bash yourself. It's something out of your control. All you can do is work on it day by day. It's not something that can stop overnight. I promise you that. And sometimes some of it is passed down. Hypersexuality can be passed down. I don't know if there's studies on it, but I know it can because my dad suffers from it. That's how he has like 7 kids by like 4 or 5 different women. So I'm telling you, it's not all your fault that your brain is thinking like this and you're that way. Don't ever bash yourself. But back to what I was saying. So yeah, like I would beat myself up and then I never would speak on it because I just never thought nobody could relate to it at all. Like I just never thought nobody could relate to it. I really, honestly, in all reality, I just thought nobody could relate to it. So I met my best friend, and my best friend, he was like, wow, nobody has ever put it in words for me to understand it. And he was like, you really helped me understand it more. And I was like, if you're thinking like this, I know there's somebody else out there thinking like this and suffering from this. So that's why we're here with this episode. But yeah, so I really just want to speak on that topic simply to be aware, to let other people know you're not alone with this. And if you need somebody to talk to about it, I'm here. I really want to start like a group chat of some sort so we can all just discuss like what we go through to see like what's going on as far as our hypersexuality and just dig deeper into that. I really just want to know other people's perspectives and how they go through it, and if they have ADHD, does it affect them? If they don't, do they still go through the same thing, you know? So if you find yourself identifying with all the stuff I just said I go through, hit me up, girl. Hit me up. We can talk about it. My advice for a person that's going through that: pay attention to how your body reacts to your sexual encounterments. Practice meditation and exercise. Those 2 things are going to be the key with releasing all that energy. Meditation, exercise, and be mindful how your body reacts to sex. If you get into a sexual situation where you see your body is just like being overstimulated, or you feel your brain trying to get addicted to it, take a break from it. Be self-aware and have the courage and the strength to just take a break and step away from it, because you don't want to overindulge, because it is very easy for ADHD persons to overindulge in anything that gives them too much satisfaction, like smoking weed. A person with ADHD can over smoke weed and turn into something crazy. So yeah, anyway, yes, but all that to say, be safe, have safe sex. Please strap it up, go get tested, make people show them results. Ask people, are they clean, negative for HIV? Ask them, are they detectable and non-detectable, because some people feel like they shouldn't have to tell you. And yeah, I just really want to make that aware before I get off this topic. Make sure you ask people so they can't say you didn't ask, you know, because some people feel like they're not obligated to tell you if they're non-detectable. You heard what I said. Ask for people results and have safe sex. To the next topic, sexual boundaries. Please have some sexual boundaries. What I don't want to happen with you, have sexual boundaries, because what I don't want to happen to nobody, what happened to me is I grew up and I had to recreate those boundaries. But in that time period of me learning them sexual boundaries, oh, did I go through some of the craziest stuff. I done had sex in a bando. I done let somebody try to have sex with all my friends and then come back and have sex with me. Like, that's how bad it got. Like, I'ma keep it a buck. I done did some things, like, and I learned from them, and they were some of the hardest lessons, but I needed them because I'm very hard-headed, and it was all because I didn't have those sexual boundaries. So first things first, have the sexual boundary, have the boundary set into place with yourself to take it slow. Please take it slow. I understand the hookup every now and then, but don't get into sexual encounters with everybody you meet. Take it slow for your good and their good. You don't want nobody to see that your sex is so good they just want to use you for your sex and they don't know you as a person, because now you just becoming a sexual object. Have your first boundary of knowing your limits and knowing how to take it slow. Make that a boundary within yourself, and learning to not respond to every time your body get horny. Your body's get horny multiple times throughout the day. That don't mean you should be going to jack off. That don't mean you should be going to watch porno. That don't mean you should be going to do hookups. Like, that creates hypersexuality, like, at its finest, you know? And if you do that, that's probably your case. And also, a trick of mine I do to help release the sexual thoughts and energy, I write it down in my journal. I talk about it. Like, I talk about exactly what I'm thinking. I talk about what I want to do. And I also talk about why I really don't want to do it. Because as much as I say I want to do this, or I will have sex now, or I will suck a blue, you know, all that good stuff. As much as I will say I'll do that stuff, small voice in the back of my mind, like, you know you don't want to do that to yourself. You really don't want to get nobody your body. Give yourself away sexually. You know, we've been in this hookup culture, been on the apps. You can mentally want to say no because your body is getting so much physical pleasure. You just don't say no. And that's where it takes the practice to have that boundary and realizing, like, okay, I don't want to do this. I'm not about to do this. I'm going to say no. Like, don't let nobody laugh it off. Don't let nobody, like, I know for me, in my experience is, a lot of men just try to play it off. Like, we can be touching, and I'll be like, I'm not bottoming today. And they still trying to slide their hand back there. Like, baby, I will paint on you. I will literally dookie on you if you don't stop touching me. I'm telling you I don't want to do it because I don't want to do it. But they still be coming, they still be feeling back, trying to feel back there. I gotta move their hand, and then until it gets to the point where I'm like, all right, stop. Like, no. Put your hands somewhere else. I just told you no. Setting those boundaries, I know for me, it just took a while. It took a while for me to just get into the saying no. Once I started it, it was the best thing I ever did for myself as far as sexual boundaries, because now it's not given. I'm just letting him touch on me, or we just touching on each other, just going with the flow, and I end up dealing with the repercussions afterwards. I'm stopping a lot of stuff that I would have went through on the ride home. I'm stopping it in advance, so I don't have to just go through that mental frustration. So yeah, to prevent all the repercussions of you having to feel those emotions and you feeling lack of self, you just feeling like you not the best you, know how to say no. Just say no. Just love yourself. Take time to love yourself unconditionally. You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. And I promise you, the more you practice self-love, the less people you will let touch on you, the less people you will want to actually have sex with, because you see people be like, you just, all you is sex. You don't got no substance. Like, and then the last thing I want to touch on, baby. Miss Santana. No, we never say Miss Santana. Toxic femininity. Child, I never thought that would fall out of my mouth. I never knew it was a thing until as of recently. So I'm not sure if y'all seen it, but here's the video.
And smoking hookah is them operating in feminine energy.
I definitely think so.
Yeah, so this podcast of women was discussing topics around men and things they should and should not be doing. And one of the men said, shouldn't no men be smoking hookah? Red flag there. This one blew me out the water. Smoky Santana, baby, because this was ignorant. This was real ignorant of you. It was you feeding into the BS. She gets on IG.
So them girls ain't wrong. Them girls is not wrong. If you was a man, you don't need to be smoking no hookah, baby gal.
Shouldn't no man be smoking hookah? What? You got a lot of nerve. That's so contradicting, bitch. You know how many people done said, shouldn't no man be getting a BBL, no lipo? And look at you with a full set in the BBL. And like her. I'm so in confusion. Like, please, like, can we work on the ignorance, my girl? Can we? Our community is already going through it. The least we need is more ignorance to it. A lot of toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. We fuels. That is literally the gas for the hatred towards us. If it wasn't for those two things, we'd probably actually be loved. So for you to sit up and be a part of that community and feed into that narrative, it just like gives them all the more of the reason to believe what they thinking about our community is right. Like, outside of him, the toxic femininity. So hearing that fall out of a woman's mouth, I started to think back, just like on life in general. I started to think about how women are so powerful and they can misuse that power sometimes. Like when it comes to gay men. I know I done heard women go to another straight man like, don't talk to his faggot ass, or babe, go beat his gay ass up, or go cuss him out, go check him. Like just saying derogatory things about us or showing the hatred for us to men. If men see women doing it, it gives them even more validation to hate more. It gives them even more, it feeds their ego even more to continue doing what they're doing. Because they feel like, oh, a woman does it, a woman like it, why not? If this woman gonna approve of it, why not? And you know, I just was like, wow, like a lot of the internalized homophobia can start with women. Like, but I done seen black mamas. Like I have a straight friend right now on campus. He has come to me on multiple occasions like, Kyrie, I don't understand, like my family just is so, they have this hatred for gay people, homosexual men, and it's like, you so cool. He was like, I met you, I know somebody that's gay. He was like, they're not gonna stop me from liking you, but he was like, he just finds it crazy how they don't like gay people at all. Like one time he posted me on his story and his mom literally told, I guess it got around to the family, and his mama literally called him, cussing him out, like cussing him out like, you a disgrace, you a sad case for the family, we gonna disown you, saying all just negative stuff simply because he supported my community. Not that he wanted to be, he got all the girlfriends in the world, done showed them so many girls, and it's like they're literally disowning him because he wants to be an ally. His own mama? Like think about other men who don't have the mental capacity of him, who don't got that mental strength, that like want. Imagine a man that wants so much approval from the women in his family, and the women in his family is telling him, in order for you to get our approval, you cannot be an ally of no gay person. You cannot associate yourself with no gay person. That is crazy. That is so crazy. That is so toxic. Like, bro, that is so toxic. And just thinking about that, the more I think about that, I'm just like, bro, as much love and as much care that we give black women, and I think we do that because out of the entire black community, they're the only gender that's shown us some compassion, that has shown us the smallest amounts of love, that has showed us, just treated us as human, you know? And they haven't even done that much, but the little things that they do, we take it as something big because we're not getting it nowhere else. So the little bit that we get, we gonna take that and just like cherish it. And that's why gay men are so protective of black women. We fight for black women. Like, we love y'all harder than straight men, but for y'all to turn around and stay and do the things that y'all do and use y'all feminine power to persuade other men and other genders into disliking us, it's just like, it's a slap in the face. It's such a slap in the face. It's like, dang, I'm out here fighting for you for real. I jump to the bat for you before any other straight man will. And it's like, we gonna sit up here and bash me. But if you feel me, drop a comment. Drop some, like, if you have an experience of anything dealing with toxic femininity, drop it in the comments. Let me know what's going on with you, you know? And, oh, and back to the topic, that was all off topic, but to speak on the hookah thing, I really just dislike how people associate masculinity with materialistic things. Masculinity can always be there. What that man gonna do to you in the bedroom, him smoking a hookah don't take away how he about to get down with you in his bedroom. Him smoking a hookah don't take away from the fact that if any man try to come up to you and disrespect you, he's not gonna protect you. He's not taking care of the duties in the house. That don't take away from none of that. So I'm confused as to why it's a big thing. It's a big make or break thing when it comes to you finding your man. That goes into the narrative of women entrapping men in their masculinity and then telling them, okay, I want you to be softer. I want you to show me your feminine side. I want you to show me your softer energy. And it's like, girl, you just told this man he can't cry, he can't smoke no hookah, he can't wear no fanny, he barely can creatively express himself in the ways that he wants to, or at least the parts of his stuff that he like different things that he wants to try. You're telling him no, he can't try nothing new, but then you turn around and say, can you try something new and express yourself emotionally to me? No, that's not gonna work, boo. That ain't gonna work. Oh, that's not gonna work. You know? So yeah, something to talk about, something to think about, and I just never thought it would be a thing. So I mean, yeah, that is it. That is all for this episode of Let's Talk Gay Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for staying with me. More episodes coming. We're about to drop season 2. Season 2 is going to be hot, bigger, and better. I want to continue to do it, and I'm trying to transition to a podcast, so we got to get the equipment though. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you did find anything educational, because this whole series is educational purposes only. If you found anything educational, inspirational, anything of that nature, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a like. That's all I ask, you know? I'm trying to pay bills with this. But yeah, girl. All right. Talk to y'all later. Catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.